The Adventures of a Good Old Country Boy in New York City. Ricky, played by George Myers. Bubbles, played by Cameron Ford. Groovy, played by Hal Borske. Billy Joe, played by Leslie Den Dooven. Jeters, played by William Walters.
New York City. You get yourself killed tapping somebody on the shoulder like that.
Groovy, you all right? What happened?
I got mugged.
Hello, Red Rooster Rejuvenators.
You'll get used to it. It takes some time, but you'll get used to it.
Billy Joe Jenkins. Oh, hi, Mama. Oh, no, I'm just standing here talking to Ricky and Groovy. Oh, sure I'm happy. Oh, Mr. Jeters. Oh, he's a dear. He's from Texas. I told you all about that when I talked to you last night. Ricky and Groovy? No, Mama, nothing like that. They're nice boys. Well, so far. Yes, Mama, I remember everything you taught me. The little Red Rooster pills? Well, they're for men mostly. Sort of like vitamins.
But not exactly.
But not exactly. No, Mama, they're not illegal. Oh, makes you feel like you were on your honeymoon again. Uh-huh. Makes old men young, young men old. You wouldn't like it if you were alone and needed someone to talk to you?
Go on, I won't tell.
Don't you ever.
I promise.
Hi, gorgeous. You come here often?
You're gonna need more practice, Ricky. Girl or boy?
But this one's also a girl. I named her Marcia. She looks like a Marcia, doesn't she?
How do you tell the difference between the girl plants and the boys, Billy Joe?
Well, you see that little old hole there?
Yeah.
Well, if they're little boy plants, they sort of got fat roots. And if they're little girl plants, their roots are a little more delicate, like Marcia's here. You know what would be awful nice?
What?
If we all sort of gave them a nice welcome.
How do we do that?
Well, we welcome them with a song.
A song.
They love You Are My Sunshine.
She's kidding.
No, she's not.
You are my sunshine,
my only sunshine. Make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Always take my sunshine away. You make me happy when skies are gray. Well, don't let me stop you. Come on. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away.
Yeah, I wish I was back in Oklahoma selling off the back of old Doc Jeter's medicine wagon. Now, I tell you what I'm gonna do. Just come in here, folks, gather closer. To introduce these little Red Rooster pills, I'm gonna give you 10. That's what I said, 10. A whole box, not for $100, not for $10, but for $2. $2. Now, just hold on there, so just hang on to your money. Now, with this unbelievable introductory offer, a trial box of modern golden sand, and all this for $2. $2. $2.
Here's to Red Rooster, long may it crow.
We'll drink to that.
No one ever toasts America.
You're right.
No one appreciates her.
You're right. They just take her for granted.
She watches over us, keeps us safe at home at night.
Gets us up early for work the next morning.
And if you don't work, you shouldn't be entitled to dinner.
To you, old girl.
Keep it up, old girl.
I love you, old girl.
I'm looking for a man. Who isn't? About 6 feet tall, wearing a cowboy hat and boots.
Oh, that'd be Mr. Jeters.
Who'd the boss have lunch with?
Oh, let me see. That'd be the Widow Gonzalez.
Where is he? Jasper, I've been waiting for him for 3 hours. Where is he?
Did you have an appointment?
What do you mean, appointment? We meet every other week at the Blarney Stone around the corner. Now, where is he?
You can't go in there. He's in conference.
He's with another woman.
He's with his cousin from Oklahoma.
Jasper, you two-timing yellow belly. That's him. What are they doing to you? What are they doing to you? What are they doing to you? Who's she?
I never saw her before in my life.
Is this Red Rooster Rejuvenators? It says so on the door. I want Jasper J. Jeter. Everybody
Jasper J. Jeters?
Yes, sir.
This is a cease and desist action. You have to appear a week from today at the Federal Drug Administration at 9 sharp. Signed, Waldo Worthington III.
Oh, now this isn't so bad. You see, it says semper gardatum. That means always on guard to protect the public.
How'd you learn to be so darn smart?
Why, back in Ohio, a little town you never heard of. Why, it says here that all you have to do is show the results of the lab tests that guarantee the effectiveness of said pills.
Well, I said they was good. I'll guarantee it. Ain't my word good enough?
Well, I guess we have to back up our claims about Red Rooster.
Yeah, boss. You know, America's great only because of organizations like the Food and Drug Administration. If it weren't for things like that, oh, Lord knows what a mess our country would be in.
Semper gardatum.
Semper gardatum.
Semper gardatum.
How in tarnation did I ever find 3 wonderful human beings like you all? We got a lot of work to do. Millions and millions of people are out there in this great land of ours just waiting for Red Rooster's Rejuvenators, and we ain't gonna disappoint them.
You bet your life.
We're with you, boss.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy I ran into you at Big Mac.
Do you believe in the Lord?
Sure I do. I was brought up on him. You know the way you talk to your grandmammy? Sometimes I talk to him like that.
I was lucky running into you like that at Big Mac. I suspect you're a real treasure, Billy Joe.
I was the lucky one. Coming to work for you and having such good friends to work with like Groovy and Ricky.
Billy Joe, I'm going to tell you something I wouldn't want for anyone else to know. I'm scared about tomorrow. Usually nothing in this world scares me, but this Wellington feller does. A man goes through his life trying to do many things, but sometimes he needs someone to speak to. Just for a minute or two.
My mama brought me up to be a decent, God-fearing, honest, hard-working girl. And that's what I work hard at the most.
I may be a little pushy at times, but you can't be a New Yorker without being pushy. I know all about men. I wrote the book on them. I happen to know that men like a little change now and then. He may be crazy about cherry pie today, but you give him a little taste of lemon chiffon tonight and he'll be gone tomorrow. Now, you can serve all the lemon chiffon you want, but you just keep it boxing out of my kitchen.
Do you love him?
I never loved anybody. I had no teddy bear I loved once. Sometimes I think of Jasper as my old teddy bear. Sometimes I love him, sometimes I don't.
If you've ever been in love, you'd know.
We have an 11 o'clock appointment. We are 10.5 minutes early. We made good time traveling. Wind was with us.
Who?
The wind. We walked. We never go anywhere by bus if we can walk.
We?
My secretary and I, Miss Brown. Miss Brown, Miss Brown. Oh, let's do that.
Could one of you gentlemen take one of these? Please, careful, they're wet.
May we come in?
Maybe in Washington we could find ways to get somebody off his fat tushy.
Let's make one thing perfectly clear, Mr. Jeters. Overlooking certain irregularities, I am prepared to give my full consideration.
You want the guy's temperature?
Full consideration to any new evidence that you may have.
Well, we could go down there together, you and me, and watch the results.
Evidence that clearly demonstrates the effectiveness of your product. Our bags, Miss Brown. I will see to it personally. Personally, that you get immediate attention.
The people out there are needing them. They're crying for them.
As I said before, just bring it to my attention. There will be no one more anxious than myself.
Jasper J. Jeters?
Yes, sir.
This is a cease and desist order. You are to appear at the Federal Drug Administration a week from today at 11 sharp. Signed, Waldo P. Worthington III. Good day.
Burn then!
Mr. Worthington.
Give me that. This was for last week, you nitwit.
Does that mean I'm fired?
No, you imbecile. We can't even fire government employees. They have to die out of the service.
Well, in that case, Ferdinand Ferret always gets his man. Good day, ladies.
Then that means we can't sell Little Red Rooster pills.
Don't even give them away.
What are we going to do about income?
Your public will just have to wait, Mr. Jeters. I'm sorry. I truly am. Semper gardatum. Come, Miss Brown.
And in conclusion, Red Rooster will have to stop making Red Rooster pills and cut back in all. What is it?
Jasper J. Jeter?
Wilma!
Are you Jasper J. Jeter?
Well, you know who I am.
I have a check made out to you here for the amount of... Oh, heck. Read it for yourself.
Pay to the order of Jasper J. Jeters for the amount of $500,000? $500,000!
Hey, you want me and some of the boys to pay Red Rooster a little visit?
Hey, if them Red Rooster pills are all they're cracked up to be, I will need the artichokes. Miss Latour?
Yes, Mr. Humberto?
Get me the lowdown on Red Rooster Rejuvenators.
And the last 6 days of the month, though.
Of course, Miss Latour. You know how invaluable you are to me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Humberto.
$40 billion for defense, and they can't even afford another ironing board.
I want a raise.
Now, you know, Ferdinand, you have to see Mr. Hostetter about that.
He won't give me one, but I'll show the food and drug. I'll hold myself up in here. I'll stay in here if it takes a year. Ferdinand Garrett always gets his raise.
Moral degenerate, sex fiend? Well, I never.
Are you all right?
Can't we have one day without a crisis?
Who would take poor little old me out to dinner anyway?
I would, for one. I'd be most honored to have dinner with such a lovely young lady.
Oh, Mr. Worthington, you're just saying that to be kind.
I am not. I'll pick you up at 7 o'clock. You and I are going out on the town. Oh, it's past 5. I'll pick you up at your house, Miss Brown. Zelda.
Oh, Mr. Worthington.
Waldo. You call me Waldo. 7 o'clock. Zelda.
Good zipper. They don't make zippers like this anymore.
Arnold, give me this bag. I may have something I want to put in it.
I'll get you another one.
This one's fine. What's this?
Oh, very elegant trash, Arnold.
A business proposition.
Yes. You see, we in the warehouse business, the loans, the financing, or lots of things. And now we're thinking about going legit.
Not that we was ever anything else.
Of course not.
To come to the point, we got a business proposition. Very simple. You got problems, we help you out.
Take over your business, the plant, the truck, and the cell, and everything.
Lock, stock, and barrel. And you get $1 million.
Of course, only a little bit down. And when we get things running right, then we'll give you the rest.
Let's make it short and sweet. Little Red Rooster's not for sale. I'll give you guys 5 seconds to get out that door. 1, 2, 3. Now wait a minute. 4, 5.
We'll be back. We're gonna get you two. Digger and Rose.
Uh-oh.
Miss Jenkins. Miss Jenkins. Are you going steady?
May I help you two ladies?
It's us.
I beg your pardon?
It's us, Ricky and Groovy.
What are you doing in that getup? Have you two been drinking?
They're after us.
Who?
Luigi the Louse.
It's Sweater
You
Spaducci.
can't go around dressed like that. You'll get picked up.
You're telling us. I never know how hard it was for a girl to walk a block in the city without getting picked up.
A girl's got a rough time in this city.
A girl's got a rough time in any city.
What's your name?
Marcia Comstock.
You two, related?
She's my sister.
Older sister.
How long are you in town for? Oh, just for today.
Where are you from?
Syracuse.
What's that?
Oh, what's that?
Sounded like a sneeze.
You come from in there.
I didn't hear anything.
You will stand aside, Mr. Jenkins.
You better do what he says, miss. The boss doesn't like to be crossed.
Uh-oh. Good zipper. Really works.
Everybody tries it. I can't understand why.
Oh, natural instinct for the man. Buttons, wants to unbutton them. Zipper, got to pull it, see what happens.
Mr. Barfoot, you're talking to a little old farm girl from Ohio.
Ohio?
A little town you never heard of. And when we get to be this high, we learn what to watch out for.
Well, when you get to be my age and a congressman, you get to shine up to a lot of pretty gals. You'd be surprised how they love to be scandalized. As a member of the Appropriations Committee, I can put the heat on that food and drug feller.
Good.
I ever tell you how we handled a man from Treasury on that Kentucky moonshine Dido?
No, but I got a personal watering hole nearby.
Yeah?
We can sit and talk and maybe meet some company.
Buddy, what are we waiting for?
Oh, darn! Shh. What's wrong? Bertram Philpotts from London writes to Bill's whole British Empire. Loaded.
Loaded. I think I ought to say hello.
Has a bit of jet lag.
Jet lag.
He's sound asleep. Mr. Philpotts. Mr. Philpotts. Maybe we should let him sleep.
Leave it to me. Rule Britannia, Britannia rule.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You can tell you know who that he can go you know where.
Ready?
Ready.
What you need is a Harvey Wallbanger. What I need's a good Bloody Mary.
Oh, I say.
Oh, boy. I smell trouble in paradise.
He's Arab Bashik from Saudi Arabia.
You mean he wants a loan from us?
We're gonna sell him a little Red Rooster, 100 million smackers. If a U.S. Senator's on the deal, then it's got to be kosher. I gotta remember, never using that word.
What word?
Kosher. The Sheikah goes crazy if you mention that word.
I never met a real sheik before. Gee, 30 wives. You must pay a lot of alimony.
Alimony? Alimony?
What did you want to see me about?
Would you like a little refreshment?
We have sauerkraut or prune juice.
We never drink anything but.
Explains a lot about the food and drug.
There are times we could just sit down and cry.
I know the feeling. I get it often when I sit in Congress. Tell me something.
If I can.
How come it takes forever, I mean forever, to get FDA approval, even on a worthwhile product?
When we know absolutely it's worthwhile, it gets the gold and purple seal, the FDA approval.
Suppose, now just suppose there was a new product I was personally convinced was just wonderful. You could make a special case?
And that was done once. Under President McKinley, he was shot.
How in tarnation did I ever find 3 wonderful human beings like you all? Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with motherhood from sea to shining sea.
You all come back now, you hear?